something like 30% or something crazy like that. But in the promotion tournament right now, they're all shooting under 20% with Turinturo sitting at 12.5. And good dunk there from Andy in the box. Good pressure right off the bat from Stromboli.
And the hezzy step just to wait, bait the player forward, and just a beautiful goal. And I think people forget, like you said, the speed of E United. I mean, they came out in Worlds last year and started running through the bracket with how quickly they played. And Karma and crew were not used to that. But finally, some life. Turinturo is able to tie things up as he gets a good read from Karma off the backboard, and they punch it through to tie this series up. Well, the start of it, but something we didn't see in that last series from Charlotte Phoenix was a lot of passing. I mean, it was individual plays, air carries like Shogun talked about, but since then, it had been relatively quiet from Karma and crew. But as soon as we wrap up play one, play two begins to develop, and J-Pow can take that off the side, and Andy can punch it in.
Yeah, Turinturo a little too low on that.
Back line, Karma should be able to be there to read it back. A bump from Andy keeps it alive. And a follow-up from Turinturo with the demo, and a second follow-up as Karma finally finds the back of the net, and she gets involved early and ties this game up at 2-2.
Yeah, and just poor play here on defense from Stromboli. Karma getting a good pop there from Shadow. Turinturo's up, but no one there for the follow-up, and this one's going to go back towards midfield.
That was a dangerous hit, and it leads up for Karma, who can get a shot, and she sneaks it through a defender. J-Pow could not get it out over Andy, and Shadow takes it away, leaves it up for Karma off the ceiling, and she puts it right where Andy can't grab it. And Charlotte Phoenix steal game one in overtime 3-2. It looked like Stromboli had the defense to boot, but at the end of the day, again, Stromboli's had to work to fix, and I'm sure they've had time to do it with an hour between games. And a booming hit to the other side of J-Pow had an opportunity. Could not get back on defense, but Shadow will be there for the redirect off of the pass from the teammate. As J-Pow takes it, could not get it out. And it's into the back of the net. No goal this time. Karma will not carry. Interception won by Stromboli. And back to the adjacent corner. Karma with a beautiful read coming off the wall. Takes a pass from Shadow. And this teamwork is what we expected from Charlotte Phoenix.
Yeah, the left to right game
be able to do it with just 4 seconds left. Stromboli have been all but quiet in the first 2 games of this series. Yes, 1 goal did go their way, but other than that, it's been all of Charlotte Phoenix. Burning quick attack from Charlotte Phoenix will open game 3. J-Pow tries to slow it down. Unfortunately, no one's at midfield now. It's a 3-2 in the box, and it's going to be towards the top of the net. Karma punishes Stromboli for overcommitting at midfield, and you can see Andy's the only one there in a reasonable position, and she's not going to miss that one very often. Finally, Karma.
You know, I've said it a bunch, and I'm going to continue to say it. When you have a fantastic coach behind you like Jimmer that Charlotte Phoenix does, he's going to create a game plan against all these teams, and Andy forcing this one through. Great dunk in the box.
As beautiful as that to tie the game up. Shadow will carry. That one's going to roll down. And back to sea level we go, but it's Shadow by himself. He gets over one and he pushes it right over a defender. The ball rolls right under. Oh, and he just slots it over the goal. And another bump from Turinturo as J-Pow gets out of play. Now back in, led forward by Andy. Karma underneath, and a beautiful shot from Turinturo to extend the lead to 2.
Again, Andy just pushing that ball downfield instead of slowing it down. His teammates were right beside him, so no one back in.
Different team, much more comfortable. And everyone is getting involved, and I think that's the key takeaway here. Karma, Shadow, Turinturo somehow able to stave away. Unfortunately, they will not fly back in time as Alres will make it 3-2. And finally, a response from Stromboli is as a minute left remains on the clock, and they needed something. We have an opportunity. Will they follow in? No. A shot from Turinturo leaves it up hanging. Now 0 seconds on the clock. Spiked down from Shadow, a heads-up play. And it's Charlotte Phoenix now up
He
3-0.
does, gets the shot on target, but J-Pow easily saves that one away.
Some familiarity. Before the goal goes in, and Shadow gets the lightest of touches, but it does enough. Turinturo sets him up on the play, a serve and a spike over J-Pow. And I was going to say the familiarity players forward, it's all the stuff like this that where Stromboli needs to start recognizing these patterns and making adjustments on the fly. They have not been able to do that thus far.
That's it. A lucky goal in favor of Stromboli, and sometimes it's better to be lucky over skill. That one kisses the ceiling and finds the back of the net. And just like that, this comes out, and you just gotta be so aware that a miss could possibly end your life here in overtime. This one off the back wall, and he's up.
That's
Not
it.
there in time, and Shadow keeps the hope alive for Charlotte Phoenix.
We will see you next Rival Series Stromboli. Thank you so much for playing, but it is Charlotte Phoenix to take the series 4-0 in a very, very back and forth overtime. And all of a sudden, we're going to start looking